Well, I have not necessarily done a good job in sharing links with you. There's been a number of times where you've had to request them specifically from me through a DM or email or something, and I apologize for that. I'm going to try to be better. But we have so many new subscribers. So often I take for granted that you have seen a video that we have done before with some of my favorite gardening tools or some of my favorite cottage decor items. So today I'm going to show you just a few of those things, how wonderfully they work and why I love them so much. Starting out with the Worx family of tools. This is not a sponsored post. I have used these for years and years. I would say for the past 15, maybe even 20 years, I have used these. I've showed them on TV and on video and on camera more times than not. I have gifted them over and over again. So the ones I have right now are the blower. Okay, actually I have two of these, one for the front and one for the back. You guys know how much I love them. I'll show you another demonstration of that later. Very, very lightweight. I believe this is on a spring deal now, and definitely we will put all of these links below, but this is the time you want to get them. Now, what I love about this family of tools is they all use interchangeable batteries. So you'll need a battery charger, and when you are ordering any of the tools, make sure, if you don't already have an adequate number of batteries, make sure that you get the package that comes with both the battery and the tool. And then, yes, because now obviously it's less if you don't get the battery, but then you have no power. So I always get the tool with the battery because you can never have too many batteries if you have so many tools. So starting out, this is my favorite lightweight blower. You can use it with one hand. People especially love it for small areas like courtyards, front porches, places where your dogs might play. I like using it in the fall because I can blow off all of the leaves right in front of my front door. I bet I've sold a million of these. I know I used to show it on Channel 4. I don't know how many times. It's really wonderful. So this is my first recommendation. My second recommendation you guys are familiar with, and I don't have a battery in this one, but this is the Worx hand pruner. It really makes cutting through any type of branch that is 1/4 inch. And this, okay, so I'm going to demonstrate here. This is one of my only complaints about it. And you guys have mentioned this to me a couple of times in comments. And that is sometimes it's hard to get the battery out of the charger. The charger is really small, by the way, and this is a single charger. You can also get a double charger. But sometimes it's hard to get it out of the charger. And sometimes it's also a little bit difficult to get it off of the device. In that case, my recommendation is sometimes you just need to hold it more stably against a surface, maybe get somebody else to help you with it, or just really kind of manipulate it and you'll be able to get it off. Okay, so I've demonstrated this many, many times on different videos, but you just compress this button right here, then it's the trigger, and you can tell it's activated by the little green light. And then, right there.
Oh, I see it now.
See the little green light right there? You're ready to go. Typically, and I can demonstrate this to you, but typically when I am pruning anything, I hold it way out at the edge and then I execute the cut. Okay, it really is powerful, but it's not prohibitively heavy, and I definitely think if you've got arthritis in this joint right here, it's brilliant. Okay, now, yesterday, a number of you informed me, Linda, you didn't tell us what was in your box. Well, this is what was in the box. This is their Worx Edger trimmer, weed eater extraordinaire. It even comes with wheels that you can assemble onto the device itself, and you can go ahead and you can use it as a traditional edger. I have never used it that way. This is my second one. I had one at the other house, and somehow in the move it kind of disappeared. Okay, but when we moved to the cottage, and the grass, especially now when it's this thick and lush, it grows so quickly in between weekly mows that I really, if I don't care so much about mowing it. I definitely want it to be edged neatly at all times. I talked about that a little bit yesterday. And so this is just the ticket. It's very lightweight, especially if you're somebody like me that has back issues. It's got an expandable post to it, or what's this called, a shaft. It's got an expandable shaft. You can position it in many different ways. So if you wanted to get flat under a table or something, there's a way you can position it this way, and I will demonstrate, but you can also hold it along the edge this way. It's really, really a brilliant piece of engineering for very lightweight use. And guess what? It uses the same kind of battery. So I just keep spare batteries and a charger up in my little storage unit up here by the front porch, and it works great. Next on my, and by the way, this was on spring deal, I believe. And the other thing that's on spring deal, which I might want next, and that is the battery operated battery operated mower that uses 2 of these same kinds of batteries. It wouldn't take me 2 seconds to mow this lawn, and you know, I kind of miss that, because at the other house I did all of the mowing for the most part for many, many years, and there's nothing quite as satisfying, I don't think, as mowing and having your yard just look absolutely pristine, a la my neighbor Matt over here, who is using not my brand, but it's using an electric brand also.
He'd look over here.
Yeah.
They probably won't.
Hey Matt. Well, he can't hear me.
Yeah, he
can't hear me.
Mowers are quiet.
Can't hear me with that mower going. So that is number 1. Number 2, number 3, and I think on my list on spring deal, we'll also put a link to it, is the mower. It may be next on my list. So Stuart, let's show a few pictures of how these things work, some video clips of how these things work. And if you wanted these links, well, here you go, my little package of a non-sponsored post. So if my form wasn't great on that, I'm still protecting my back, but also I haven't used this in a little while, so it's kind of a little bit of a learning curve to get it going just right. The other thing that I am not demonstrating is proper tool handling. I should probably have safety glasses on, but because I did just a small demonstration area, I don't have any on. But if you are weed eating around anything, particularly pebbles or gravel like I have, then oh my goodness, you want to make sure that you have protective, that you have protective eyewear on. Now, if you're getting underneath a table or something like that, this can ratchet all of the way down. I'm not going to do that because of my back, but this way you can go flat and use it just as an edger. Like I say, it can ratchet down if you need to get under tables or things. So there you go. And here, see how it telescopes in and out depending on how tall you are.
And we just didn't have it tight enough.
And we didn't have it tight enough.
Easily tightens it up, yeah.
Yeah, and like I say, some of the the mechanisms have changed on this since the last model that I used. So again, there's kind of a learning curve. Okay, another couple of products before I continue with my demonstration of the Worx tools, and that is long bladed shears. Now in the past, I have always been an advocate or a proponent of the Barnell shears, long-handled tapered shears, but they can be kind of hard to find, and often it seems like the price really fluctuates and they get kind of expensive. So recently I've been using these Okasuni ones and I love them. I actually think they're a little bit better at getting thicker stems, especially on boxwood, and I just think they just feel a little bit more formidable than the other ones. And they also don't seem to lose their sharpness quite as quickly. So we will put a link to these. I also love the Okasuni hand pruners, which I am mortified to say I left out and now I cannot find them. So I was not a good steward of those hand pruners. I may have to get another pair of those, another set of those pruners. So love these. We will put a link below. The other thing that I have been itching to tell you about, and I'm going to talk about this product in great length because I've been promoting it for years, and you guys ask, what do I use to fertilize my boxwood? Well, any kind of balanced granular organic product will work. But what I love, because I think it's superior to all of those, is Top Buxus. Now I have it in a huge trug because I use so much of it. They also make a product called Restore and Protect, and I will put a link to both of those. But I'm getting ready to fertilize my boxwood. I ran out of it and had to get some more. So I'm getting ready to fertilize that. We will put links to this. You guys will absolutely love this. It will help, in addition to planting better boxwood, which is blight resistant. This also can help address that. The other thing that I have found is that it really helps with bronzing. So this was one of the plants. This is a Cranberry Creek boxwood. And you guys may recall that I was talking about how it had bronzed and I needed to give it a feed. Well, I just gave it a feed a little while ago, and you can see that the bronzing is starting to improve. And I really think, I'm going to give this a little prune, and I really think that this is going to recover. It looks kind of bicolored now. But I think that in due course, this is going to be just fine. And with a little pruning to encourage new growth and some more feeding, I think this is going to come out just fine. You can see some of the green peeking out underneath once I prune off the bronzed. And this is what I mean about a really, like a fat piece on a boxwood. You see what I'm talking about right there, Stuart? How this is a lot more, it's much thicker than this delicate stuff. But if I want to cut through that, no problem. Just put a little bit more elbow grease into it. So there you go. There's two more products. I will finish you later, little guy. Okay, now I've made a mess pruning this boxwood. It wasn't diseased. There was nothing, it didn't have spider mite, didn't have any pests on it, so I have no reservations in just Okay, so you can see I can also wield this single-handedly. It is that lightweight. It is just great for, you know, small areas that you just want to clean up. It's great on larger areas too, but I find that its application is probably most fitted to just small areas that every day seem to just have lots of debris that blows down from the trees, or you have grass clippings on your lawn after it mows. It's just brilliant for that. And for chasing away pests. Okay, well, this is a new segment called A Grandmother Moment.
Aww.
So I saw these sweet little scissors that were just up here. One of the little kiddos on my street must have left them here, and I saw it and I thought, oh, that is such a grandmother moment. And look at how it coordinates with the black seeded Simpson lettuce that I put in this pot. Okay, and it's also here because those of you who told me that somehow you missed my telling you what I put into the little bunny planter, and if you missed the link, we will put the link below, and what I planted in here was lemon thyme. So I will make sure to give this a little clipping every day, and before you know it, this will be a perfect little mound that eventually will kind of just spill out over the side of this bunny. I think it's very, very sweet. It's very, very fragrant, and if I was a grandmother, I think a grandchild would be smitten with it. Okay, I wanted to make sure that this was still available before I showed it to you. Somebody commented about this. The last time you saw it, it was probably in the great room in the back. And this is actually an umbrella holder, a wicker umbrella holder, but it's got that great, what I call a Kobo basket weave. It's so good looking. It would be good looking with anything in it. But I kind of like to have right by my door, what used to be in the back in the great room, I am now keeping up here. And we've got a hunter boot down. And somebody told me I needed to oil my boots to get them shiny again, and yes, I do. So I keep this by the front door because then all too often, as I have just admitted recently, like I lost my Okasuni pruners, I sure don't want to lose any of my long handled shears. These are Barnell. So there is, Stuart, let's show the people that there is a protective tray at the bottom. There's a protective metal tray at the bottom. So it would catch, obviously, raindrops from an umbrella, but I can also put some of my tools in here that are a little bit taller and a little bit more difficult to store. And if I don't want to walk all the way back to the shed to put them in there, I know that they are here and within easy reach, and it's not too unsightly. It's a great looking basket for whatever purpose. It would be a fun Easter basket to fill with all sorts of gardening things as a gardening gift. I also keep in here plenty of Cool Jobs gloves, because when I have out-of-state visitors, which happens often, yesterday morning we had some from Tennessee, today there was another group, they were from Edmond, but when they come to visit the cottage, especially from a long distance, then I like to give them a pair of Cool Jobs gloves. Okay, come on in, Stuart, because here are a couple of things that you guys asked for links to. Again, sometimes the links can be difficult to find. We put them in the description box. Stuart, if we have time, would you put, I think you did a little Giphy that showed where you can find the description below the video, which also has all of the links. And then I try to put the links on Instagram as well. Okay, a couple of things I want to show you. A number of you asked about this Nambe holder. Now it comes with 4 salad bowls. I say Nambe holder, Nambe salad bowl, and it comes with 4 of the individual bowls plus the tongs, and I absolutely love it. Now, if you look through my very, very dirty window right now, we have had dust and thunderstorms and all sorts of things. After I clean this, I am going to take your guys' recommendations. Several people recommended to me that I needed to have some kind of gardening component out there, either some kind of planter that hung on the fence, or I need to put something in that urn. I needed to have some color out my kitchen window. Even though this isn't the traditional over the kitchen sink window, it nevertheless, when I'm getting ready to make my salad, it would be very, very nice for me to be able to enjoy something out here as an exterior kind of focal point on the short brick fence. So that is one. And then the other one was, I've been asked this for I don't know how many times, these kanthas that I sometimes use as tablecloths, as bedspreads, to cover my chairs, to protect my chairs. You can get a whole bunch of them in different patterns. Stuart has some too, for really a great price. This would be a fun thing to roll up. This is what I would do with it. Roll up one with a really fun side or whatever, and then color coordinate a whole picnic basket, because this would make a great picnic blanket, and color coordinate a whole picnic basket. Boy, I need to drink some water. Picnic basket that would have this kind of as the focal point, the star of the basket, and then you could come up with all sorts of other goodies to put in a wicker basket, maybe that you found at the thrift store.
Picnic basket.
A picnic basket. Okay, and lastly, because you guys just spied this bowl. I haven't highlighted it in a long time, but you spied the bowl and you asked me for the link. This is a beautiful wooden bowl. I love the detailing, the ridged detailing around it, and it would be great with Easter grass and chocolate bunnies in it. Right now mine just has apples, and it is sitting on the table next to the Worx instruction. And by the way, you can also, it comes, when you get this trimmer edger, it comes with extra spools of line. It comes with the aforementioned wheels if you need to use them, and any kind of additional information you need as to how it operates and safety measures. So there you go. There's just kind of a miscellany of things, a not quite comprehensive list, but a pretty long list of pretty much everything you guys have asked me about in the past couple of weeks. Even if we've provided you the links, we're going to provide them to you again because it's spring, and like I said, a girl gardener needs her tools.